So guys, do you remember this logo? If you were a kid that grew up in the early 2000s, chances are you've seen this logo. Now when people think of DreamWorks, they think of their animation studio. Now let me tell you guys, I was once a huge fan of DreamWorks. Shrek is my favorite animated movie of all time. And when I was a kid, I really loved the studio. But we're going to be talking about that another day. Let's talk about their live action division. Let's talk about DreamWorks Pictures. Now, this studio mostly released live action films, and back then when DreamWorks first started, their main goal was to rival Disney because Katzenberg didn't get a promotion. So he founded DreamWorks as revenge for Disney. So, what happened to DreamWorks Pictures? What caused them to drop off the map? Like I said at the start of this video, the man who started DreamWorks was Jeffrey Katzenberg, an ex-Disney employee. Now guys, DreamWorks Pictures produced some of the most well-known movies ever. They released Saving Private Ryan, Castaway, and Galaxy Quest. So, they've definitely made their mark in cinematic history. Now, there's a lot of history to this company, but I'm going to keep it short and just tell you why it went down. So, when in 2014, DreamWorks was losing money on their animated features, like Mr. Peabody and Sherman and Penguins of Madagascar. How to Train Your Dragon 2 is the only successful animated feature they made. They kept losing a lot of money, and that caused some projects to be delayed, and they had to restructure everything. This eventually led to Universal buying out DreamWorks and shutting down their PDI studio. Now, with DreamWorks owned by Universal, only their animation studio has been kept alive, leaving DreamWorks Pictures to fade into dust. It is highly noticeable that this company isn't around anymore. They didn't really make some of my most favorite movies, but they definitely made an impact in movie history. But I'm really glad that the animation studio is still around. The company isn't what it used to be, but with writers that have a creative story, I think they can really make an impact. So, I do miss this company, but it had a good run. Maybe it was meant to shut down because it was a studio made out of hatred for Disney, and Jesus doesn't really like that, you know, when you make companies out of spite and hatred. Any studio that's core is hatred will get shut down eventually. So that's all I wanted to say. There's a lot more to this story, but I don't have a lot of space, and I just wanted to keep it short because you probably don't want to know everything. I'll tell you what, I'll go into detail about it if you want me to. There's a lot more to this story, like how DreamWorks Pictures started out as like the animation studio, DreamWorks Animation and DreamWorks Pictures, they were one company. But after Sinbad bombed, DreamWorks Animation separated from DreamWorks Pictures and became its own company. And, yeah. But anyway, let me know what you thought of this video and what you thought of the history of DreamWorks Pictures down in the comments. This isn't really a history video, it's more like a what happened to DreamWorks Pictures video. I've done a video on another company that's declined into obscurity, Vanguard Animation, but that's on an entirely different channel. Just type up the history of Vanguard Animation, it'll take you straight to that video. If you want to know what happened to Vanguard Animation and why they're no longer releasing animated features as frequently as this animation studio, DreamWorks Animation, or Disney, or Blue Sky, or Illumination. If you want to know all that, go to that video. And by the way, just one more thing. I didn't realize No Malone was a Vanguard Animation film, so they aren't exactly faded into obscurity. They did release an animated feature recently in 2018, I think, or maybe it was 2019. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Take care.